Hi everyone, let's do another challenge. Today is the feasts of many beasts. All of the animals are having a feast. Each animal is bringing one dish. There's just one rule. The dish must start and end with the same letter as the animal's name. For example, Great Blue Heron is bringing garlic naan, so G, garlic naan, and H at the end. And sorry, N at the end has an N, and Chickadee is bringing chocolate cake, so C for chickadee, chocolate, and D, E, and E. Write a function feast that takes the animal's name and a dish as arguments and returns true or false to indicate whether the beast is allowed to bring the dish to the feast. Assume that the beast and dish are always lowercase strings and that each has at least two letters. Beast and dish may contain hyphen spaces, but this will not appear in the beginning or the end of the string. They will not contain any numerals. So let's go ahead and copy this function into VS Code because I like to play around with each iteration of my code. So let's go ahead and paste that. So let's copy this calling of the function feast. So let's go back and copy this function call, which has passed through Great Blue Heron Garlic Naan. And let's go ahead and paste that in, and we'll just print that. Right now, nothing will happen because our code is empty. So let's go ahead and just print beast, and we'll print plus dish. I think we need to put in a space, but let's just see what happens for now. Great Blue Heron, there's no space, so let's go ahead and put in a space and close that off. Great Blue Heron Garlic Naan. Great. So the reason why I wanted to do that is because I believe we can simply just access the first letter and the last letter by its index. So we can go ahead and we can print index 0 of our beast, which will be G, and we'll print index 0, which will also be the first letter of garlic naan. So let's see what happens here. So we have G and G. So let me just explain to you how the index works. So let's grab this here. So let's ignore this bracket. So I've just pasted this into Paint so I can illustrate this for you. Let me just delete this bracket, this quotation for now. N and N. So that's good. We're getting what we want. So now we need to go ahead and compare the last letter, the first letter, and the second. We need to go ahead and compare the first letter of the name with the first letter of the food, and the last letter of the food with the last. What we'll do is we will do an if statement. If beast index 0 is equal to dish index -1 and beast index, I need to make that index 0 as well, 0, and beast -1, or the last character, is equal to dish index -1. You can delete this now. We will return true. So let's see what happens if you run that. It's returning true. So we can copy this code, ignoring the print statement. Oops. Copy, and let's go back into this, press paste. Let's test that. Let's see what we get. Great, so we should have a false. So the reason why we don't have that is because we need to do an else statement here. Else, so if it's not any of that, we will return false. Let's put that in. So that didn't go too well. None should equal false. Oh, I didn't click return. Let's run that. Right. So again, we could make this a bit more succinct and delete return false, else return true, and we can just put in return here, which should essentially do the same thing. And get rid of this colon. Let's go ahead. Great, so I've passed. Fantastic. And let's submit. Great. Okay, well done. Peace.